So this is going to be a very quick May favorites video. I mostly have music, but I also wanted to mention a movie. I didn't really have any other movies to mention, and I didn't read any books, and May feels like a blur, honestly. Maybe what happened in May? It's June now, but I've been contemplating whether or not I really wanted to make this video because most of it's music, but I will mention I'll mention a movie. My favorite movie that I watched in May, I watched like the second to last day of May, and it was Good Morning from, oh my gosh, can I remember? Is it 1959? Directed by Yasujirô Ozu. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his first name correctly. I keep mixing up the I and the U. So, Good Morning was the first Ozu film that I had seen, and it overall just made me really intrigued to watching. I wanted to watch more from Ozu, and then a couple of days later, I ended up watching the film that he made before Good Morning, which was Equinox Flower, so that was from 1958. I just wanted something that was in the same sort of style, and look, and just sort of the same era of Good Morning. Even though Good Morning is more satirical than Equinox Flower. So Good Morning is about a couple of brothers who end up, they decide not to speak. They decide not to talk because they think adults talk too much. And they're also doing it as a protest in a way because they want to watch television, but their neighbor has a television and they don't, and then their parents get upset that they're spending time watching TV at the neighbor's house instead of studying and working on school stuff. So they stop speaking. Honestly, I keep on thinking of Equinox Flower and not Good Morning. So I will say about this that immediately it was actually a little bit jarring because, oh yeah, so I was watching The Unit, which is this like K-pop idol. It's filmed as if like it's a reality show. It's like, yeah, it's filmed as if it's a reality show in a way, but also not. I was watching The Unit before I watched Good Morning, and I was used to the very like candid camera kind of way of filming and the interviews that they were having, because there will be like one-on-one sort of, the contestant will be talking to the camera, like that kind of thing. I'm so sorry if you're confused about what The Unit is, but I got so used to the way that looked that immediately when Good Morning started, I was like, okay, this is a film. I'm watching an actual piece of art here instead of like art in the making. That was so cheesy. Because art in the making, because it's like The Unit and they're going to be a group and they're going to create music. Okay. And yeah, and it was, it was actually kind of so, oh my god, I can't speak. And actually, looking back on it now and comparing it to another film that I watched earlier this month, was, in a way, I think about my reaction to the beginning of the film in the same way that I think about the diagonal lines and certain framing in The Third Man. Because it caught me off guard when I first watched Good Morning, which is weird because I don't think it shouldn't have been that way. I really just think it was because I was watching The Unit beforehand. But it was, no matter what, I think I would have noticed that this is his style, and like my attention would have been brought to that, in the same sense that, again, like I said in a previous video with talking about Equinox Flower, Ozu kind of makes it. I have this idea that Ozu was like the Japanese Wes Anderson. I think that's like a really simple way to put it. Whether or not you like that sort of comparison, like, I say that because in K-pop, people get really angry when people are like, oh, they're like the Korean insert Western artist name here. And it's like, no, they're this group. They don't have to be a Korean equivalent of this other artist. Like, so I kind of get that perspective, which is why I feel sort of iffy saying that he's like the Japanese Wes Anderson, but I'm just saying Wes Anderson has a similar style, in the way that you recognize that this is a stylized film. It's more like apparent with Wes Anderson's films. At least I think so. But still, with Good Morning, with Equinox Flower, those are still the only two Ozu films that I've seen so far. I noticed the centering of things and the way that things were put compositionally. He always has like something red. Well, not always, but often will have something sort of like red in the corner. And then in the next shot, there will also be something else red in a corner. And so lots of like sort of parallels, and in a way, he always has things framed so that your attention is where it like needs to be. The placement of the things on set draw your eye towards whatever it is that you should be looking at. And then another thing is that he has, like, when characters are having a conversation, they'll be framed sort of this way, except it's not as widescreen, but centered, speaking to the camera, and then it'll just flip, and then you'll see the other person as if you're, like, it seems like you're invited into the conversation, but at the same time, I was, like, so aware that I was watching a movie. I still felt like I was an outsider. Anyway, I did really like Good Morning, but at the same time, this is kind of just my thoughts on Ozu overall. I keep thinking of Equinox Flower. I just liked it more. It's more of my style and taste. So my favorite things in terms of music from May, or what I was listening to the most, I'm still consistently, like every single day, I just play my EXO playlist. Oh my gosh, I always forget to mention this, and now I remembered. Every month I do a Spotify playlist. It's basically, at this point, it's not only favorite things, but it's just like, oh, this person released an album and my library is completely full on Spotify, so I'm adding it to the playlist so that I remember. Yeah. But anyway, I have like a monthly playlist that is a mix between new releases and favorites, or like a combination of that. So I'll link that in the description if you're interested. And then all of these songs and albums and stuff, I'll have like at least a link to, probably a music video, things like that. I leave a lot of links in the description, or at least I try to. So the first thing, it's not all K-pop, by the way. So the first song that I have written down is It's Not You, It's Me by Bea Miller, or I've never actually thought about the way she pronounces her name. Bea Miller, featuring Black, but like the B instead of a B, it's a 6. But I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Black. I've been speaking too much, I can't talk anymore. That's really great. It's an American song, Western song, whatever you want to say. And then this is sort of K-pop. It's Korean, but he's more on like the hip-hop rap side. I always have read it like BIGONE, but then I realized it could be BigOne. That's the artist's name. He used to be a member of 24K, but then he left. And now he goes by BigOne or BIGONE or whatever. I prefer BIGONE only because I don't want to say that I listened to someone named BigOne. Basically. But he came out with an album, Peach Blossom, and I've been enjoying that. Maintenant, jamais, which is a song by Evelyne Brochu, who's actually Delphine on Orphan Black. And yeah, she came out with a song, and it's so good. Well, actually, there's 2 songs, but I prefer Maintenant ou jamais. So that song, it's in French. And then A.C.E came out with a new mini album called Undercover, and Undercover is so good. The album is good, but like the song Undercover. I'm so glad that Chan is back, and I still wanted the unit, UNB, to have, that's why I'm rewatching the unit. I've seen a handful of episodes, but I never watched it in completion. Anyway, I still wish UNB had like one more comeback, but alas, it didn't happen. So yeah, Undercover, OT5, Ace is back. I love Ace. I've been watching a lot of Ace stuff on YouTube. Yeah. Oh my god, I guess the unit could be a favorite thing from A. I'm so dumb. The unit. I've been rewatching the unit. Oh my god, I just remembered other things. People probably aren't even watching this part anymore. But I was also trying to finish Memories of the Alhambra on Netflix, which is a K-drama with Chanyeol from EXO. He was the main reason why I started watching it, but also it's really good. Oh man, but I'll finish it this month in June and then talk about it in my June favorites. Oh man, I forgot. Oh man, I should have written this list earlier. I literally wrote this like an hour ago. Anyway, yeah, the unit, as I've already sort of talked about. I've been rewatching that. I haven't finished it yet though, so I'll probably mention it in my June favorites. Then I have Love Me Now by MXM, which is a great song. I don't know where I was going with that. You by Xiumin, who's one of the members of EXO. He is officially in the military now, serving his 21-month military service. It's sad. I want more EXO activities, but SM's stupid. Sorry, SM. Okay. And then I have, and then Takeoff by WayV. It's spelled WAY and then like capital V. This is so good. This is actually in Chinese, in Mandarin. This WayV is the Chinese unit of NCT, which is a whole thing. I can't get into NCT and basically, really quickly, NCT is a group under SM Entertainment, and their concept is that they have unlimited members and a bunch of subgroups. So there's NCT 127, there's NCT U, which is like anybody can be a part of an NCT U song, but NCT 127 has like specific members. There's NCT Dream, who are all the younger members, and now there's WayV, and there's probably going to be a Japanese unit. It's a thing. But Takeoff is a jam. It's so good. It's like, it has a bit more of like a rock influence. Same with the Aces Undercover, actually. There's more of like a rock influence that I really like. Whether the guitars are real guitars or just like on the computer or whatever. It's so good. Like, Takeoff is so good. The dance is so good. And technically this is their official debut song, and I'm so glad because the first song they did was a Chinese version of Regular, which I really didn't like. So, and then I think they had like one other song that was also not considered their debut. So Takeoff is officially their debut. I haven't listened to the other songs on the album yet though, and I should really do that. But Takeoff is just like, yeah, that's the way it is. And then Banks. Banks is finally coming out with a third album. I'm so excited. She's one of my favorite Western artists. Before I got into K-pop, I feel like I was listening to Banks the most of all the artists and bands that I listened to. She came out with her first single in she came out with a single in 2017, I think. Yeah, like November-ish, maybe? I could be wrong on that. No, that seems right. I'm gonna go with it. Anyway, she came out with her first single in like more than a year. It's called Gimme. She came out with a sort of audio video first that was just like the track, and then she later on came out with a music video. The music video is okay. There's nothing like super special to it in my opinion. But the song is so good. I keep listening to the song, and she just actually released like another track that is going to be on her new album. I was kind of disappointed with it. I didn't like it as much, but Gimme's still like on my playlist, and I've been listening to it a lot still, so it doesn't even matter. And I don't even know when her album's coming out, but I'm excited. I want it to come out. I like how I said this is going to be short, and I'm 17 and a half minutes into filming. And then Donghan, he was a member of JBJ, which was just like a temporary group, and now he's a solo artist. And he came out with his third mini album called D Hours 7:03 a.m. Specifically, the song Focus is a jam. This is easily one of my favorite songs from this entire year. Focus. It's really good. I'm gonna also show it to my friend because I think that she would like it. She's not like really into K-pop, but I've shown her songs before. Like she really likes Coco Bop by EXO, which is a song I've been listening to a lot lately because it's like summer and it's a summer song. I suddenly just got like a burst of energy, and I can also feel that like I'm talking a little faster. So sorry if I'm like not enunciating enough. I only have a few more things anyway. A couple more songs. Another A.C.E song that I forgot to write. I didn't go in the exact order, I guess, that I wrote these in, but Black and Blue by A.C.E. Why did I not listen to this before, like when it came out? I don't know. But this is really good, and one of my favorite songs at the moment, as well as Loveholic by Lim Jimin. I don't even know who that is. I just saw that this was his debut song, and it was uploaded, and I watched it, and I was like, this is really cute. It's actually super poppy for my taste. But I don't even know what my music taste is anymore. But it's cute. It's really cute. And then that's it. So, yeah, I will link music videos in the description, my Spotify playlist. I'll have everything, like, listed. Well, even though May has been over for, like, 13 days, what were your favorite things from May? What did you do? Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!